Okay, we've already done the first question in 3C, and we did part of the question in question 2 of 3C, right? So I'm gonna create a video um, for 3C that we completed today that you can use to finish um, up your problem. Okay, so I'm gonna reset it. I'm gonna start fresh. Now, after today's class, I decided to create a template. I created this template in Excel, but I think you can use it in Sheets. You can upload it to Sheets, right? So I'm going to open up the template first. I'm going to put it on the right. Okay, so I'm going to click Enable Editing. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is right here. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to click on Sheet 1. Sheet 1 is for question 2. Like I said, we already did this question, the Consumer Price Index. And we did this question today in class, but some people had questions on it near the end. The screen in the classroom was too small to do a spreadsheet model, so that was my bad. So instead of, I won't be doing that in the future. So for the rest of the problems in this lesson 3C, I'm gonna have you do them at home on your desktop with videos. So I'm gonna make a video for 3C, three uh, question 2, 3C, question 3, 3C, and question 4, 3C. I'm gonna have you do this stuff at home, all right? Because the screen in the classroom is too small and the Zoom is too large, and I can't really show what's going on. So I think this will be a better use of our time. I'm gonna zoom it out just a little bit more. Okay, so this is a template model of what we're gonna do in question 2 of 3C, right? I'm gonna just start the whole problem over again, right? So notice that I have this answer box, or not answer box, but I have a gray box here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type 974 in there. 974 comes from this part of the problem. Right? So the cost of the market basket of goods and services was $974 in 1983. Okay. And then we need to enter these values here. And if you're using Excel, a quick way to do it is just to copy these values here, copy them, and then let's see if it works. That's not working. Yeah. I guess we're going to type them in manually. So let me pause. I'm going to type them in manually. Okay, I went through and I typed them in. So I typed the cost of market baskets in. So the market basket, we have this fixed market basket, right, of goods, X number of this and X number of that, and we price it out, right? Um, so when you're calculating the cost of market basket, you have to use quantities that you hold constant through time, right, for the items in the basket, and then you got to price it. So every month, um, people will go out working for the government statisticians. They'll go out and they'll price all these goods at different stores and department stores and whatnot in a large city, right? So we get the prices, we use fixed quantities, and we value this through time, right? The cost of that basket was $974 in 1983. By 2014, the cost of that basket had jumped to $3,199, $3,119. By 2024, the cost of that basket has increased to $8,174, right? Now to calculate the CPI, I'm going to take the cost of the market basket in 2014, we're going to divide it by cost of the market basket in the base year, which is 1983. And we're going to multiply it by 100. Yep. I'm going to copy that here to see if I got it right. I did. See, I got it right. Okay, now we want the CPI in the year 2015. I'm going to type equals. Then I'm going to use my left arrow to get the dollar cost, the market basket in 2015. I'm going to press the division symbol for divide. Use the arrow key to go up to the dollar cost of this basket in 1983. I'm going to multiply that by 100. The CPI is a percentage. Yep. And I'm going to just continue doing that. So to get the CPI in 2016, I'm going to take the dollar cost in 2016, divided by the dollar cost of the basket in 1983, multiplied by 100. Okay. And I'm going to continue doing that until I get to the end. So I'm going to put this on pause for a second. Okay, so I calculated the CPIs for all the years to 2023. And then, again, just as a reminder, to get the CPI for the year 2024, get the dollar cost of it, divide by the dollar cost of that basket of goods and services in 1983, right? And then we multiply by 100. Okay. Now we want to calculate the inflation rate. We can't calculate this inflation rate because we need the year 2013, and we don't have the year 2013. So we can't calculate this inflation rate. First inflation rate I can calculate is for the year 2015. The way I do that is I click equals, and then parenthesis. I come over here to the CPI in 2015. This is what the CPI is in 2015. I want to subtract off what it was in 2014, close parentheses. Then I want to divide by what it was in 2014. I want to convert it to a percent by multiplying by 100. Okay. So from 2014 to 2015, prices rose by 17.15%. Right? You can say that prices generally rose by 17.15%. Okay? This value is higher than that, and it's higher by 17.15%. If I multiply this value in the year 2014, right here, 320.23, if I multiply that by 17.15, I'll get the difference in these two numbers here. The difference in 375 and 320. If I add that difference to this value, I'll get 2015 value. So that's how that works, right? And then calculate this, the inflation rate for the year 2016. I'm going to type equals, parenthesis, the arrow key. This is what the CPI is in 2016. And this is what it was in 2016, right? Divide that by what it was in 2016. We're going to multiply by 100 to convert it to a percent. Okay. And we'll do it one more time to give you a feel for it. Equal. This is what the CPI is in 2017. And this is what it was in 2016. Divided by what it was in 2016. Multiply by 100 to get a percent. Get the inflation rate for the year 2017. All right, I'll go ahead and do the rest of them. Right. Okay, whoops. So now, just as a review, I filled all those in, right? I want to calculate the inflation rate for the year 2024, right? My cursor is on cell D19, hit equals, parenthesis, and then this is what the CPI is in 2024 minus what it was in 2023 divided by what it was in 2023, converted to a percentage, and I get the inflation rate in the year 2024. Okay. Now I got to calculate the average inflation rate. So I'm going to average the values above. So I'm going to type equal average, parenthesis, and use the arrow key up. I'm going to hold the shift key down. Shift key is held down. use the arrow key to go up and get all the inflation rate. I'm going to hit enter, get the average inflation rate. Okay. So the CPI in 2015 is 375.15. Inflation rate is 17.15, right? Just making sure I get them right. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and plug these values in. 416.53 and 11.03%. 2017, 446 with an inflation rate of 7.07. 2018, 503.49, and prices rose by 12.89% that year. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, make sure I'm getting them right. So I'm getting them right. And I'm going to put this on pause. I'm going to put my recording on pause. And then I'm going to fill the rest of them in. I'm going to spare you that. Okay, I just filled in the inflation rates and the CPI, so I'm going to go ahead and hit enter here. Yep. Then I'm going to go ahead and type in the average inflation rate. So the inflation rate's above, that average is 10.2%. That's quite high, isn't it? That's kind of a high inflation rate. Inflation is falling from 2015 to 2017. We call that disinflation, declining inflation. And then we have a real reacceleration. And then we have some more disinflation from 2018 to 2020, where the inflation rate is falling again. And then we have kind of a stable inflation from 2020-21 in 2022. And then we have a drop in inflation, then it rises back up. So the inflation rate is not stable here, right? Now we're going to use the CPI to help us compare things that cost us something in menu price. We're going to compare menu prices in different years. This is the menu price of a McDowell's Double Cheese or Pleaser in the year 2015. This is the printed menu price of that same cheeseburger, same quality, in the year 2024. Now, we would think that the better value is the year 2015. But we've had some serious inflation here, right? So we can't really compare this to that, because this is in 2015 dollars and this is in 2024 dollars. And those are two different things. It's kind of like maybe, the way to think about this, you could think of this as it costs 4.15 euros in France and cost $8.54 in the US. So you can think of this as the ratio of these two as an exchange rate. So if you're from a different country, you can't compare what something costs in terms of euros to what it costs in terms of dollars. The difference here is, imagine you have a time machine and you can go through time. So if you drive that time machine back in time and you take your dollars, if you start in 2024 and you go back in time and you have a bunch of dollars in the time machine and you got them in the year 2024, you can take them back to the year 2015 and they're going to be worth more, because over that time period, there was an inflation which devalued the currency, right? So you can think of this as kind of an exchange rate problem. And if you're from a foreign country, this is probably going to make more sense to you, right? Because if you're thinking about coming from Mexico to the United States, and you know the exchange rate, you can convert pesos to dollars, probably in your head, right? Where most Americans who don't travel really have a hard time with that concept, right? So down here, my double cheese or pleaser burger cost when I bought it in the year 2015, price on the menu was $4.15. In the year 2024, the price on the menu is $8.54. Again, we can't compare these two because we've had an inflation and the dollar's become worth less over time, right? You need more dollars in your pocket to buy this double cheeser pleaser. The quality has not changed, right? What has changed is a lot of dollars have been printed, and the dollars today are worth less than they were in 2015, which means you need more of them to buy that same product, right? So if we want to compare these two prices and try to figure out which one's a better deal, we have to calculate the real price. These are menu prices, right? Printed on the menu. You can think of them as the nominal price. These are the nominal prices, right? And we want to compute their real prices. Okay, so we want basically what we want to do is we want to inflate this right here to $2024. So I'm going to get rid of the $2015 by taking menu price that was printed on the menu and divide that by the CPI in the year 2015. That's the CPI in the year 2015, right? The CPI in the year 2015, right? Doing that essentially gets rid of $2015. So this thing is unitless now, right? Now I want to give it 2024 prices. So to give it 2024 prices, value in 2024 prices, I'm going to multiply it by the CPI. I'm going to multiply by the CPI in the year 2024, right? And then I'm going to hit enter, and it's 928, right? So if I have a time machine and I have my car loaded with $2024, and I go back in time to the year 2015, I use my $2024 to buy cheeseburger, this particular cheeseburger from McDowell's in the year 2015. It's going to take me, it's going to take $9.28 to purchase it, right? Because again, when we make this comparison, we're not accounting for that inflation, right? When we account for that inflation, 415 is actually in 2024 $928. Yep. Now we're going to use that same procedure to price this in $24. The way we're going to do that is we're going to hit equals, and we're going to use our arrow key to go up here. We want to divide that by the CPI in 2024 to get rid of the $2024. We want to price it in $2024. We're going to use the arrow key. If we hit multiplication, we're going to use the arrow key to go up and now value it in $2024. And notice what happens. This is already in $2024, right? We're in the year 2024, the thing cost $8.54, right? We're using $2024 to purchase this burger in the year 2024. So when you look at the nominal prices, we thought this $415 was a better value than $8.54, but in reality, $8.54 is a better buy than the burger was at $415 in the year 2015, right? Because of this inflation, right? All right, now let's price the burgers that we bought in 2015, and the one we purchased in 2024. We're going to value them in 2019 dollars. So again, I'm going to get rid of 2015 dollars and divide them by the CPI in the year 2015. Here's the CPI in the year 2015, 375.15. Now I'm going to give it $2019, right? I'm going to give it $2019 by multiplying by the CPI in the year 2019. There's a CPI, and the CPI in 2019 is 541.58. Okay. So this is that burger we purchased in 2015, valued in 2019 dollars, right? Now we just got to do the burger that we purchased in 2024. We have to get rid of the $2024 and dividing by the CPI in 2024, which is $8.39 in my case. We're going to multiply that by the CPI in 2019 to give it $2019, right? These values are CPI, right? So we're going to divide by the 839.22 in my case. We're going to divide by that, get rid of the $2024. Then we're going to multiply by this, give it $2019, right? And again, when you compare these two, you can see that the burger that you purchased in 2024 is a much better buy than the burger that you purchased. Burger that you purchased in 2024 is much better buy year 2019. The burger that you purchased in 2015, you used $2019, right? That's better buy. And notice that the price goes down, right? The real price goes down. So that means the 2024 burger is a better buy than the burger that you bought in 2015. So now we're going to just enter those values over here. 9.28, 8.54, $5.99, and $5.51. And we got 100%.